would like to thank Mr. Langel, Sergeant Major Daniel Magruder, and the Pine Grove
Well, good evening, everybody, from Pine Grove. Tonight, the Trojans have traveled out here to play these Pine Grove Cardinals, who are having a pretty successful year for Pine Grove, coming in tonight with a league record of 3 wins and 2 losses, and the Trojans coming in with a reversal of that, 2 wins and 3 losses. So overall, Pine Grove, I believe, might be 3 and
defensive tackle number 52, Darrell Kinsel.
2 or something like that. I'm not sure, but I will find out. And anyway, the flag you saw prior to the opening of this video was part of the celebration that they're having out here tonight. It's homecoming, and so their squad, of course, is fired up for this ball game. They have a big hometown crowd here to observe this one, and it should be a good football game. Both these teams have been playing well lately against teams of their own rank. Now, last week, Trojans defeated, of course, by Williams Valley, who has not lost a game this year yet. So tonight could be one of those games, not unlike the Line Mountain Ball game, where you have 2 teams that are coming on, and they are just getting it together. And maybe tonight both squads will be able to play a good ball game. We hope so. So they'll have the toss of the coin here, and we'll be ready for tonight's opening kickoff here in just a moment. It is a beautiful evening here at Pine Grove. The weather is holding off. There's showers predicted for later on, but right now just a breeze blowing from south to north. It was. Now as I speak, it's actually has slackened down to almost no breeze at all. So passing game should work well. The field is in excellent condition here at Pine Grove, and it looks like it should be a good night for football. Pine Grove has won the toss. They have elected to receive, so the Trojans will be kicking off. The Trojans will be defending the south goal here at Pine Grove, and they'll be kicking off here in just one moment. Confirmed, and they are indeed 3-2 in the league, 4-2 overall. So they've had one of the better seasons going here for Pine Grove that they've had in the last several years. I think 2 years ago, Pine Grove may have nipped the Trojans in a last-second effort at UD. Probably 3 years ago might have been, I'm not sure. But anyway, prior to that, the Trojans have had no problems out here at Pine Grove. They've really handled the Cardinals very well. But this year, a little bit tougher. But the Trojans, I think, tonight are pretty much fired up and look like they are set to play a good ball game. It'll be Joe the Toe Clark kicking off for UDA, and he'll be getting it in play here in just a second. Here we go. The opening kick goes down the field. It's going to be taken at the 17-yard line. Up to the 20 and the 25. He goes up the middle all the way, looking like he's going to bounce ahead to the 50-yard line. A heck of a run back for number 24 to begin the ball game for the Cardinals. Schaefer all the way out to midfield, where it'll be placed right at the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals, and with a half a field to go. So the Trojans not covering that kickoff too well, as the young fella brought it all the way out to midfield. So here's the first play from scrimmage for the Cardinals. 1st and 10. Handoff. Oh, this side here, there was some running room. He's got 6 out to the 44-yard line of UDA. Will be a gain of, let's see where they spot it. Just about 5, no, closer to 6. It'll be 2nd down and a long 4. Went right over that right tackle side that time, and boy, he was able to gain some good yardage on that first carry. I'm not sure. Of course, I haven't seen the Cardinals play. What they do is mostly run, I guess. Here's another one off the left side, and another 1st down and more. He could go all the way. One man to catch him is Wade Whitmer, and he'll bring him down inside the 5-yard line. So in 2 plays, the Cardinals have gone about 44 yards. And looks like it's going to be marked at the 3-yard line, so it'll be 1st and goal from the 3-yard line for the Cardinals, who have really found an opening in that Trojan defensive lineup.
1st and goal for the Cardinals from about the
1st and goal from the 3. Or 4. We'll see if the Trojans can do something here with them. Now the Cardinals really wound up here. Handoff is the 43, and he'll drive it down, but he's caught before he can get in there, and it'll be 2nd down and goal knocked down out there by number 65. I think that's Longins. Yeah, Alex Longins making the stop in here for UDA. And a good stop it was. He's at the 2. Second and goal, Cardinals from the 2. Good stop that time by 6'5", Langans. Trojans look like they are ready to rush in there. Here's 43 again, plunges ahead. No way yet. Well, they haven't blown the whistle yet, but he backs them off down to about the 2 or 3 again. Nothing doing on that one. Some good defense in there that time by UD. 77 in there for UD. They'll spot the ball at about the 1 maybe, or 1.5, something like that. Third and goal from about the 1. If the Trojans can stack them up here. Gonna try it this side, and he is going to be in for the touchdown. Yeah, he drove it in there. A couple of Trojans hanging on. You look, about 4 or 5 Trojans getting up there, but he just drove it right in from about 1 yard out. So it's a 6-0 early score here for the Pine Grove Cardinals. We played 2 minutes and 34 seconds, and the Cardinals are on the board and looking for an extra point. It looks like they'll try to kick it. Snap's good. Placement's down. Kick is up. Kick is good. And so with 9 minutes 26 seconds remaining here in the very first quarter, it's Pine Grove 7 and the Trojans about to get the football for the first time tonight. Pine Grove getting set to kick off now following their first touchdown of the ball game. Trojans will send back, let's see, Minnick on the near side, and let's see, here goes the kick. Kick going to come down and go on the far side over there where it'll be picked up by, I can't think of his name, but anyway, here he's down and racing around the right side over there goes, it'll come to Markle, thank you very much. Markle bringing it back with a nice run back all the way out to the 41-yard line. Austin Markle in the carry. Sorry, Austin, I could not think of your name. He's a freshman and a good one. The JV team doing well this year, and a lot of future stars here at UDA playing on junior varsity now, and Austin getting a chance to run that football back. So it's 1st and 10 now. It'll be Buffington at the quarterback spot with Smeltz, and this is Minnick, and he'll dive ahead for maybe 1 yard out over the 40 to the 41-yard line. Got to the line of scrimmage, and perhaps that's all. Steve, a very short gain on the play. Well, it's 2nd down and just about 10. So they stopped Steve that time almost immediately. Zach the River Smeltz at fullback. Stephen Minnick as the running back behind quarterback Zach Buffington. Handoff this time, Minnick again picks his way up the middle for another yard or so, not much, as the Cardinals close it up pretty quickly. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 8. Gain of maybe 2 on the play. UD trying to establish a running game up the middle here, and so far have gained about 2 yards for their effort. It'll be 3rd and 8. Here we go. Now we'll spread them back a little bit here and see what the Trojans like to throw from this, with only Zach in the backfield. There's a pass, and he's going to get sacked in the backfield, thrown down at about the 35-yard line, where it'll be a 4th down and about 16 or so. And the Trojans will be forced to punt, as Jason Jeffries comes into the ball game for UDA to punt the ball away. He'll be stepping up to about his own 28-yard line when he gets this punt away. We'll watch this snap. Excellent snap. And the punt. Oh, nice spiraling punt. Going to take him back here to the 27-yard line. Out to the 30 he goes with it, and he's going to be tripped up there. Nice stop made in there by number 18 of the UDA Trojans. Bob Matter, making a good stop that time for UD. Be first and 10 for the Cardinals. They'll be on their own 36-yard line. First and 10 from the 36-yard line go the Cardinals. Handoff over this way. Gets a good block. Starts it upfield. There's the ball. Came right loose. It might have popped into the Trojans, I think. I believe Upper Dauphin. Yes, Upper Dauphin. It looked like it popped right into the hands of one of the Trojans at the 41-yard line. And so the Trojans will take over first and 10 on the Cardinal 41-yard line. So Trojans get the first break of the ball game when it comes to turnovers. And let's see if we can capitalize on that as Buffington looks them over. Single set in the backfield for UD. Buffington going to throw. Rolls right, looking downfield, looking for a receiver, and he throws it over either Wiest or I'm not sure. Either Wiest, I guess, was the intended receiver, I believe, but goes as an incompletion, bring up a 2nd and 10. Okay, on a 2nd and 10 now they go. This time the handoff comes over this way, and it's going to be Zach Smeltz ripping it downfield across the 35 to the 32-yard line. Zach the Ripper with one of the best carries of the season for Zach that time, and a little shaken up on the play, and timeout's going to be called. And Zach looks like he might have got popped in the stomach or somewhere around there, or the thigh. No, he's holding his right leg, and he is in pain, and we'll be right back. Okay, Zach's going to be helped off, but he's got a bad wheel over there, as you can see him being helped off, and that right knee or right leg a little bit banged up now. We just hope it's okay for the Ripper. Anyway, in the meantime, now I think we're ready to go. Official signals play back in here now, and it's a 3rd down and about 2. Quarterback's going to keep it up the middle. He goes with it. This is Buffington all the way down to the 20-yard line where Zach is thrown down. A good run that time, good play as he kept the football and got the first down and more all the way down to the 20-yard line. So UD now making a move here, looking to get right back into this one. Trailing 7-0. Tweedy lines up as the fullback now with Minnick behind him on this 1st and 10. In motion goes Loesch over on the right side. Handoff is to, no, quarterback Buffington still has it. He's going to be thrown back. As he is sacked back at the 29-yard line. And it'll be about a 10-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 20 now. Actually 2nd and 19. Second down and 19. Wade Whitmer and Justin Wiest flanked out on the far side of the field. In the eye, they stay in the backfield for the UD. Buffington looks like he wants to throw. Fires one over the middle. It is incomplete. Intended out there for Wiest. Goes as an incompletion. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 19. 5:24 left here in the opening period. Buffington looks to throw. He's got a little protection this time, a little more. Looking around out there. Now he's going to get sacked and thrown down. And this time the sack will take him back to the 40. Okay, the Trojans will be forced to punt this one now as Jeffries gets a good snap. Here's the punt. Ooh, nice high punt. Downfield it comes here, and it's going to be caught at about the 10, and he'll be sacked. Knocked down around the 12-yard line, something like that. A good coverage on that play by UDA. Stephen Minnick is down there, 71 for UD. Also on the coverage, among others, Justin Hunsberger helping out on that. Ball is spotted at the 14-yard line, they say. Looks a little shy of that, but we'll call it that. Up the middle with it comes a young fella, and he's stopped after only a gain or so out to the 15. Not too much in that. Picked up 2, actually. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Ball spotted now right at the, just outside the 15-yard line. of the Cardinals. 2nd and 8. Stay back here a little bit. See what they do in this 2nd down 8 play. Coming around this side and getting some yardage out of it. Let's see, where the heck is he going with it? All the way out here to the 30-yard line. A good run that time, picking up about 13 yards on the play. It's a 1st down at the 30-yard line. Again, not too much good tackling going on out there for UD. So he was able to drag several Trojans with him. It's 1st and 10. The middle bounces off some people at the line of scrimmage, and then he'll drive ahead for a couple of yards, picking it out, getting about 7 or so on the play.
Number 71, Hunsberger.
Hunsberger again making a stop for UD, but a gain of just about 8. So it'll be 2nd and 2.
Well, 2nd down and 3 for the Cardinals.
Or 3 maybe. Ball spotted on the 37.5-yard line of the Pine Grove Cardinals. Got 3 minutes, 5 seconds remaining here in the 1st quarter. Cardinals up 7-0. Again, the handoff comes over this way, and this time it's going to be Matt Loesch grabbing him from behind and spinning him down after enough for the 1st down. Also in there is Joe Clark for UD.
So it's
1st and 10 now for Pine Grove. They're at the Cardinal 42-yard line. Trojans like to get them stopped here now. They bunch it up on the near side of the field on this 1st and 10. Here comes that 25 with it. He's at the 45 to the 47, picking up about 4 maybe on the play. Hunsberger in there again with Loesch.
Number 11.
And picked up 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
4 on the play. So bring up
Well, actually 4, 2nd and 6. Ball's out the 46-yard line of Pine Grove. 2:12 remaining here in the 1st quarter. Clock moving on down.
2nd and 6 from the 46.
See what we do in this 2nd and 6. 44 has it, tries to spin over the far side. He's going to be caught this time as Minnick comes up and makes a stop on him. Assisted over there by Langens, but could stop that time by Stephen Minnick. Not much of the gain on that play, maybe a half a yard. It'll be 3rd down and still a long 5 at the 47-yard line. Quarterback would like to throw. He's looking right down. Here is a man with the football at the 30 or 41-yard line, driven out of bounds by Stephen Minnick. But a big 1st down for the Cardinals into Trojan territory now at the 41-yard line of UDA. Cardinals on the march again here now as they've got the ball at the 41-yard line of UDA, 1st and 10. Handoff, and not much on this one. Maybe 2 to the 39 or 38. We'll see where they spot it. Looks like the 39. Jeff Knoll making the hit in there, they said, for UD. Assisted by a couple of other Trojans. They'll put the ball at the 39-yard line, and it'll be 2nd down and a long 8 or 9. 2nd down and about 9. Ball's at the 39-yard line. It's time they go to a single set in the backfield. In motion goes 24 over to the left side, pitches back to him. He's at the 40, cuts it upfield to the 35, the 30, and down to the 29-yard line. Enough for another 1st down for the Cardinals. And they'll put it in play at the UDA 29-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10, Pine Grove.
Point Eddie for the Cardinals.
On a 1st and 10. Quarterback has it. He's going to keep it. Turns it upfield and gets down to the 26-yard line. Gain of maybe 3 on the play. Loesch making the stop in there for UD. And the buzzer goes to end a very fast-moving first quarter. So at the end of 1 here at Pine Grove, it's Pine Grove 7, UDA nothing. He said to begin the second quarter here at Pine Grove. Pine Grove now moving south to north here at the ballpark. Looking at a 2nd down and 6 from the 26. Oh, wait a minute. Trojans might have been accused of being offside that time. Encroachment perhaps on UD, we'll see. That's what it's going to be, UDA offsides, and that's going to make it a 2nd down and 1. Now as they move back 5 yards, they'll make it a 2nd and 1. The ball will be at the 22-yard line of UDA. 2nd down and perhaps 3. I think I gave him too much on that first yardage. 2nd and about 3. There the ball goes down on the ground, and QB is going to pick it up, and then he'll be dropped right there. Probably lost maybe a yard or so on the play. But Pine Grove maintains possession of the football and moves it back to a 3rd and just about 4. Ball down to UDA 23-yard line. Mike out 1 man on the near side of the field here off the screen of our video. And the quarterback looks like he wants to throw. Fires one down the field. It is incomplete. Defending on the play over there is Whitmer. Wade Whitmer making the defensive play for UD. That's going to bring up a 4th down now. So the Cardinals obviously will try to get a 1st down here, and the Trojans will try to stop them and get the ball back. Big play coming up here defensively for UDA. On a 4th and nearly 4. So let's see what we can do with it. Quick pass over here. It's good. Down to the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown. On a 4th and 4, they go with a quick pass out here on the flat and get some 6 points. So the Cardinals up the score now to 13-0, and their extra point try will be coming up. Well, we'll watch the extra point try here. Good snap, placement's down, kick is blocked. And so the score will remain Cardinals 13, UDA nothing. Cardinals set to tee it up now after their 2nd touchdown. Markle and Minnick back to receive this kick, and here it comes. It's going to go over there to Stephen Minnick's side of the field. Bounces off Stephen's leg, picked up at the 10. He's at the 15, up to the 20-yard line. Now on his feet yet at the 25 and 30, and then out of bounds. He stepped back around the 30-yard line. It's a nice return by Stephen after it hit him on the leg down there, and he was able to pick it up and carry it out to the 31-yard line. We'll see where they put it. Looks like at about the 31. Trojans will start right there. Now UD's got to go and do something this time with it. Can't afford to get any further behind here. So see what we can do. You throw. Dumps a little screen off. Got a man out there with some protection. It's going to be Minnick. Minnick down the left side over here. Still on his feet and out of bounds he goes. But a nice play that time to Stephen Minnick on a little screen. Screened Stephen and left him run all the way down the left side over there down to the 31-yard line. Biggest gain of the ball game for UDA. 1st and 10 right now in Cardinal territory at the Cardinal 31. So see if the Trojans can do something now. Eddie lines up as the single set in the backfield this time on this 1st and 10. Eddie's got the handoff. Just about could have bounced off a guy, but didn't quite make it. And he got to the line of scrimmage, and that's about all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Number 33, Eddie on
2nd and 10. They'll go from the shotgun this time. Will Zach Buffington. Okay, looking over the middle. Oh, wait a minute, got to have a flag, and we're going to have a interception, but this one's coming back. They can run this back if they wish, but this is not going to stand. No, now if Trojans don't commit a penalty, this is going to be interference, as you could plainly see. Somebody took the feet right out of the receiver downfield, and so this one's going to come back, and the Trojans are going to get the benefit of this one, I'm sure. They're talking to Buffington, and of course the Trojans will take the penalty. Pass interference, a call against the Cardinals. Well, the Trojans now have the ball just outside the 10-yard line of Pine Grove here on a 1st and 10 following that big 15-yard penalty. 9:48 left here in the first half of play. And the Trojans really getting close to pay dirt now. Let's see if we can do something with it. They can get a 1st down without a touchdown, but for all intents and purposes, it's almost like a 1st and goal. They're at about the 10.5-yard line. Here comes Eddie with it. Eddie down to the 6. Or down to the 10, rather, or 11. Okay, they were at the, apparently they're at the 16-yard line. Never mind. Sorry about that. Now they're near the 10-yard line. Okay, now they're right outside the 10-yard line. So here we go now on a 2nd down and 5. Gain of 5 that time for Twee. Missing up the middle with it. Eddie lines up this time with Stephen Minnick behind him. Buffington will take it, hands it to Minnick. Minnick tries to go over the left side, gets maybe a yard to the 10. Not much more on that one. Picking up 1, it'll be 3rd down and 4. 3rd and 4. No hold there for Stephen that time. And he got 1. 3rd and 4. 3rd down and 4 now for UD. Ball at about the 10-yard line. Nope. Nothing doing there. You got a yard or no gain on the play, not much. Might have even lost a tad on that one. So it's 4th down and just about a little more than 4.
So it's 4th and 5 for the
nearly 5. So a big play here for UDA now. 7:54 left here in the first half, and the clock counting on down. This has got to be a biggie. Otherwise, they'll turn it over. So let's see now what we're going to do here.
Clear the track on the north end, please.
From the shotgun they go. Buffington looking. Fires one over the middle. It's incomplete. And a flag thrown again. Good push out here. As you saw Loesch cutting in there, and he got a push from the back, from behind, and so that's going to cost the Cardinals again, and probably will give the Trojans a 1st down. We'll see. Should. And it'd be a 1st and goal for UDA. And boy, we could use that. The interference, and that's going to take the ball all the way down to the 6-yard line, or near the 5. So the Trojans with a couple of breaks here now, trying to capitalize here and get in there. Come on. Here we go on a 1st and goal from the 5. It's going to be Minnick. He is tackled on a good tackle made in there by number 71 of the Cardinals. As Stephen got no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 5. 2nd down and goal from the 5. Any movement you see in the camera tonight, folks, is because this whole booth moves. Pitch over here for Minnick. Minnick trying to turn it around the corner. He's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 3-yard line.
No gain on the play. 3rd down.
Couldn't quite cut it upfield that time, and it brings up a 3rd and goal. This time, let's see. He's going to be at the 7. Well, he actually lost a yard or 2 that time. It's hard to tell when they get at that angle from up here. Third and goal from the 7. Again, they'll go from the shotgun formation. Bovington looking, rolling around the left side. He's going to tuck it in and go all the way for a touchdown. So Zach Bovington decides, heck, I'm throwing it in, I'll just run it in. So he goes in from about 7 yards out and gets the Trojans back into the ball game now at 13-6 with an extra point try coming up here for UD. Okay. Way to go, Zacco. And UD will go for 1. They'll try to kick this one. It'll be Markle, I think, out there kicking for UD. Placement's down, kick is up. Kick is no good. Yes, it is good. Yeah, I thought it went to far side. All right. So the score here now with 6:28 remaining here in the first half. It's the Cardinals 13, UDA 7. And we'll be back with the Trojan kickoff here in just a moment. Joe Clark has her teed up here now following the Trojan first touchdown of the ball game. And the Pine Grovers have 3 men deep to receive this Joe Clark kick. And here it comes. It's going to go down here and be taken at the 18. Upfield he comes with it. Some good run back that time again. All the way out here to the 49-yard line of Pine Grove. We'll see where they put it. It looks like it's going to be at the 48-yard line of the Cardinals. 6:20 left here in the first half. Now let's see if the Trojans can hold them here. Trojans held them last time when they were down deeper than this, and we got to start out holding them right out here. Now don't let them get deep. Coming around this side, and oh, a good tackle that time made in there by that number 61 for the Trojans. A good tackle. Drew Mace coming in there and making the stop. Way to go, Drew. Nice play. A big loss on the play of about, nearly 6. And it'll be a second down and 16. So we need a little bit more of that kind of stuff to settle down this crowd at this ball club out here. As I said, it's homecoming and they're pretty riled up. Quarterback to throw, looking, fires one over this way. It is incomplete. Intended for number 88 out here, but some good coverage by the Trojans out there. And it'll bring up a third down now. So this is where UDA wants to be here. Getting the defense going and trying to hold these Cardinals down. Third down and a 15 or 16. Ball's at the 43-yard line of the Pine Grove Cardinals. Third down, 5:40 remaining. Clock stops with the incompletion of the pass. So this is a big play right here for the Trojans and for the Cardinals. Looking at a third down and about 16. QB, he's got it. He's going to throw. He fires one downfield, and it is complete. No, incomplete, out of bounds. The Trojans want to signal out of bounds, and they say no, he was inbounds. Matt Loesch would like to have it called out of bounds, but it's complete. So there was that big 3rd and 16. He threw a long pass down there, and the young fella caught it and then went out of bounds. So 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. So that one hurt, as the Cardinals were able to not only pick up the first down, but big yardage all the way down to the Trojan 20-yard line. 1st and 10, Pine Grove on the UDA 20. Now we got a flag on somebody. Illegal procedure, the call against the Cardinals brings them back 5 and sets the ball back at the 25-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 15 now. First and 15. So the Trojans getting it their way here, except for the big play. Up the middle goes 23 with it. Down to about the 20 or 15. Big gain on a play. It'll be 3rd down and about 5.
Weist with a stop.
Weist credited with the stop. Second down, rather, not third. Second, he had the penalty in there. Second and about 5. Ball at the 15-yard line. Up the middle goes 23. He's got about a yard or two to the 13.
Number 23, Nick France.
But that's about all. France with it. Gets maybe a yard or two. It'll be third down. And let's see where they spot it. They're going to spot it at the 14. Pick up a yard. Be 3rd and 4.
5. 35 from the 16 for the Cards.
From the 14-yard line, they go now on a 3rd and 4. Quarterback wants to throw it. Dumps one over here in the end zone. It is incomplete. Let me show you who's in my way here.
Bring up a 4th down for the Cardinals.
Yes, that's right. It's our very own Justin Adams. Okay, well, the play was an incompletion in the end zone there, and that'll bring up a 4th down and 4, and Pine Grove calls timeout. 4:08 remaining here in half. All right, big 4th down play again here for the Cardinals. If the Trojans can hold them here, UD will get the ball back. 4th down and 4. QB rolling like he wants to throw. He's looking. Dumps one into the end zone again. This time the man's got it. No, he did not catch it. No, he did not catch it as he was going out of the end zone, and the Trojans will take over. So UDA, with 4 minutes exactly remaining here in the first half, will get the football on their own. Well, wait a minute. Hold it. There's a flag down. There's a flag on the play. Holding the call against the Cardinals. That'll be declined, and the Trojans will take over the football on the 16-yard line, or 14-yard line, make it. 1st and 10 UD on their own 14. So here we go on the Trojans on the offense now. 4 minutes to play here in the half. Trojans trail by 6. And they'll go from the one set in the back. Back to pass goes Buffington. Looking, fires one down his way. Man is open here. It's Weist, and he'll slip down at the 23-yard line. But Justin Weist has just about enough for the first down. Looks like about a 9-yard gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 1.
So it brings up a 2nd down and 1.
Third and 1. Off the 34-yard line of UDA. 2.5 minutes left here in a half. Buffington tries to rush for the first down. He's got it, I think. The ball had come loose, but wait a minute. No, he dropped it, then he picked it back up. Wanted to go a little further with it, but they wouldn't allow that. As it, and he was down. Let's see. It is a first down for UDA. 2 minutes, 21 seconds remaining here in the first half. And the ref here will signal the clock to run.
For the Trojans.
So we'll be inside of 2 minutes when the Trojans get this play off, or darn close to it. 2:12 and so forth. Time a factor here in the half. And timeout called. Illegal procedure called against UDA. Sets them back 5, makes it 1st and 15. Now the ball spotted back at the 31-yard line of Upper Dauphin. With 1 minute and 35 seconds left here in the half. So they're going to have to strike quickly here if we can. Buffington would like to throw this and dumps it over the middle. It is incomplete. Blocked in there by somebody. Stops the clock with 1:23 left here in the first half. 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15. Back to pass he goes. Fires one over this way. It is tipped up in the air and then incomplete. Intended out here for 84. And he got it tipped up in the air. Bryce Harmon Jr. tapped that one up in the air. Looked like a volleyball play breaking out there. Anyway, brings up a 3rd down and 15 now. Bryce was there, but couldn't quite hang on to that one. 3rd and 15. Stay back here once, see what they do with this from the shotgun. Over the middle. It is complete to Wiest, and Wiest has got it down to the 45-yard line of the Cardinals. A nice catch that time by that Justin Wiest. Making a good grab on the slant over the middle that time. Nice pass from Buffington to Wiest. And it's a UD 1st down. And they'll start the clock now with 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining. And counting on down here. Inside a minute to play with the ball on the just inside the 45-yard line. He's going to throw it. He's looking. He dumps one down here. It is caught and out of bounds. He goes with it. A nice catch made by number 28, Joe Clark. Joe with a good catch. It is 1st down for UD. And timeout's going to be called by the Cardinals. Cardinals call timeout with 44 seconds remaining here. It's 1st and 10 for UDA. Ball will be on the 33-yard line of Pine Grove. Cardinal timeout is over now. And with 44 seconds remaining, the Trojans with a 1st and 10 from the Cardinal 33-yard line. Again, from the shotgun. Dumping it over the middle. Complete over here now for Eddie, and caught from behind. He is at the 20-yard line. Stopping the clock immediately for the change of sticks. 36 remaining, and another timeout going to be called by the Trojans. They'll call time. Trojans take their first timeout, I believe it is. And the ball will be at the 20-yard line of the Cardinals, and the Trojans moving on down here now. 36 seconds remaining in the half. Okay, the Trojans now following their timeout here, looking at a 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line of the Cardinals. 36 seconds remaining in the first half. From the shotgun, they'll go. Back to pass. Over the middle. It is complete down to the 7-yard line, and a great catch in there made by Matt Loesch. Down to the 7 or 8-yard line. Loesch with a great pass that time. They're going to set the sticks, and they'll, let's see, put it in play, and he's going to spike it to stop the clock with 26 seconds remaining. 1st and goal for UDA. It'll be 2nd and goal now from the 8-yard line. So now the Trojans will get an opportunity to call the signals here and get a play in here. Here it comes. Somebody better keep it moving now. Bryce Harmon bringing the play in for UD. And here we go. 2nd down and goal. Big series here for UD from the shotgun. They go. Good snap. And here he's got some running room. Gets a block. Come on, get in there. It is. What? Touchdown. What does he say? Come on, ref. What is it? He got in across the corner, clipped the linesman over there. But where the heck is he? Wow. Down to the 1. Okay. Took the official with him and got down to the 1-yard line with 17 seconds remaining. So it's going to be 1st. No, that can't be right. It'll be, what's his 3rd down or what? Second and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1 for UDA. That can't be right either, can it? Yeah, maybe. Anyway. Come on. Let's see if we can't bust it in there from the 1-yard line. It's going to be snuck in there by the Trojans. It's good. Touchdown. Zach Buffington races in from 1 yard out. You call it that. Just leaned over and fell in there for 6. And the Trojans have tied up the ball game here now, 13-13, with 14 seconds remaining. And the Trojans with an opportunity to take the lead for the first time in the ball game as they'll try the extra point. So they engineered a really nice series that time. A couple of good key pass plays, a couple of just some nice running, whatever. Let's see. Snap is up. The kick looks good from here. It is. So with 14 seconds remaining here in the first half of play, it is UDA 14, the Cardinals of Pine Grove 13. And we'll be back with the final 14 seconds of this half in just a moment. All right. Be right back with that UD kick. So we got Joe Clark ready to tee it up here after the second Trojan touchdown. And with 14 seconds remaining, the Cardinals will have a chance for one play, perhaps. And here we go. It's going to be a little bouncing onside type of a kick out here, and it's going to be tackled at the 42-yard line, where the Cardinals will put it in play with 11 seconds remaining. So time for perhaps one big pass play or whatever. It's at the 43-yard line of Pine Grove, 1st and 10. Cardinals, who led in the ball game 13-0, have seen the Trojans come back and tack on 14 and take the lead. One play, perhaps. There it comes. QB rolling to throw, looking, plenty of time, fires one down the middle. It is complete and taken off downfield with it, but he's going to be tackled with 3 seconds to go, and timeout quickly called with 3 seconds remaining. And let's see, the ball will be spotted at the 20-yard line of UDA. So a big pass play and timeout called immediately by Pine Grove with 3 seconds left. Think of a nice pass play that time from the Cardinals. All the way down to the Trojan 20-yard line it goes. And so the Trojans again have to dig in here for one more play. 3 seconds left here in the first half of the ball game. Timeout is over. And let's see what we can do with this. Try to keep it out of the hands of one of these tall guys that get into the secondary here. So here we go. It's going to roll back here. He's going to look to throw. Fires one down this side. It is complete for a touchdown. Can you believe it? And a flag on the play. Flag on the play. That's an unbelievable play there. That's a tall kid down here on this side. He just gets out there and has the ability to leap up and grab that one. And the touchdown's good. Personal foul against UDA. That'll be called on the kickoff. But there's no time remaining in the half, and so the Cardinals have regained the lead now. It's 19-14 with an extra point try coming up here. Well, that's what I was saying about that tall kid that goes out on this side and just out-muscled the Trojans that time for that catch. So here comes the all-important extra point try now as they try to get their 20th or 21st point on now. Going for 2. Dumped it over here, and he'll get 2. Okay, so at halftime, the score is the Cardinals 21 and the Trojans 14. So we'll be back with the exciting conclusion of this ball game in the second half here in just a moment.
$417, and the winning ticket is going to be a red ticket. 228-2651. That's 2 opportunities in the Pine Grove area. Please contact.
Well, we're back for the second half now, and this should be a pretty darn exciting second half if it's anything like the first half. The Trojans will have the opportunity of receiving the ball to begin the second half of play here. And so the Trojans know what they've got to do now. They trail by 7. So Let's see if we can't hit that ball and march upfield with it, tie this ball game back up, or better yet, go ahead. We'll be having the Cardinal kickoff here coming up in just a moment. Chairman Klinger will kick off for the Cardinals now as the Trojans send back Minnick and Markle. And here's the opening kick of the second half. It's going to be kicked pretty deep here and taken at the 12-yard line. This is Markle bringing it up to the 25, and Austin is stopped right there at the 25-yard line. So it'll be put in play there for the Trojans. It'll be 75 yards away from Paydart when they begin the second half offensively here. And we'll see what we can do with it now. First and 10. See if we can really come out here now and get something going. They'll come out with Minnick as the single set in the backfield for UD. Behind Buffington. Handover to Minnick. Minnick coming over this side. The ball looked like it was loose, and who's got it? It's the Trojans have it. Recovered in there by Waters.
Recovered by Upper Dauphin, making the recovery number 64, Ethan Waters.
Ethan coming up with that football. They lost a yard. Back to the 24-yard line. It'll be second down and 11.
Put it on the 23.
Second and 11. Well, actually, at the 23-yard line of the Trojans. Up the middle with it comes Minnick, and he breaks it all the way out to the 29-yard or 34-yard line. No, that wasn't Minnick. That was Tweedy. I beg your pardon. Twee with a nice run that time. Picking up 10 yards. It'll be third down and 1. Third and 1 now for UD. Ball out to the 34-yard line of the Trojans. On a third and 1. Buffington's going to try to sneak it ahead. Boy, I don't know. I don't think he made it that time. Think he got it? Well, let's see. Coach Adams thinks he has it here, but it'll be awfully darn close. If they spot it where he is, he's got it. First down. Yeah, first down. Okay. First down, UDA. Ball will be on the 35-yard line of Upper Dauphin. First and 10. He brings the play into the lineup. Minnick checks out for UD. First and 10. Zach Buffington looking to throw. Looking for a screen. Over here he's got one to Eddie. Eddie around the left side to the 45, the 50. Still on his feet. Look out. Eddie might go all the way. He's got one man to beat here, and he is going to be tackled down at around the 12-yard line. No flags on the play, and a good run that time by Twee Eddie all the way down inside the 15, down to the 11-yard line, maybe 12, we'll see. But a great run that time by Twee Eddie around that left side on that little screen pass out there. Way to go, fellas. And good block downfield that he didn't make, because they could have easily had a clip down there, and he just he didn't do it. I don't remember who the young fellow was, but that was great that he didn't do a clip or whatever. So first and 10, the ball on the 11 or 12-yard line, something like that, on the 11. Here comes Minnick. Minnick around the left side looking for 6. He's got it. On the first play, the Trojans take it in on that first and 10, and that's going to make the score UDA 20 and the Cardinals 21 with an extra point try coming up. So the Trojans and the Cardinals in a real good ball game here at Pine Grove. Trojans trail by 1 with an extra point. A very important extra point try coming up here. In to kick the extra point is good snap, a little high. Placement's down, kick is up, kick is good, and we're tied. 21-21. 9:14 remaining here in the third quarter, and the Trojans have come right back and got themselves right back into this as the Trojans have her tied up. Joe Clark getting her teed up following the Trojans' third touchdown of the ball game. And he'll be set to kick off here in just a moment. Trojans had the ball for 2 minutes 46 seconds and resulted in 6. Taking the ball all the way from the 24-yard line. I think they started out that time. Here's the kickoff. Nice kick straight down the middle. Taken at the 17, fumbled, picks it back up again, and then Minnick is there for the first hit. And the Trojans, now their defense should get wound up here. Stephen Minnick comes down there and covers that kickoff very nicely for UD. Putting the ball in play will be the Cardinals at the 24-yard line of Pine Grove. So let's see if the Trojan defense now can get themselves fired up here and hold the Cardinals. 1st and 10, Pine Grove. Trojans don't want to let them off the hook this time now. See what the Cardinals do on a 1st and 10. Motion comes over this way. Handoff is to that 11. He'll get down to the 25-yard line. Gain of maybe a yard, but boy, he's gang tackled in there by any number of Trojans, including Loesch and Covenhaver. Or Mattern, I mean. Yep. Okay. Maybe a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Second and 9.
2nd down and 9 from the 25.
So come on, Trojans. Pitch back over this way. 24 with it. Starting upfield with it down to the 32-yard line. A good low tackle made in there by Loesch, I believe it is. Yeah, Matt Loesch with a real nice low tackle that time down around the legs. Gain of about 7 on the play, however. Bring up a 3rd down and 2.
32 situation.
Out to the 32-yard line they go. So a big 3rd down play here for UDA. See if the Trojans can stop them here.
32 from the 32 for the Cardinals.
We placed at the 32. 8 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. All kinds of time remaining. This game is far from over. Pitch over to the other side. He goes, and he's got the 1st down as he'll drag it ahead to the 40-yard line. Enough for the 1st down. Eddie, the last person getting up off the field over there. But it is a 1st down. It'll be placed at the 37-yard line of the Cardinals now. 1st and 10, Pine Grove.
1st and 10 from the 37.
From the Cardinal 37, they go with it. 1st and 10. Quarterback will pitch it back from the 40, 45, and out to the 48-yard line he goes before he's stopped in there by Wade Whitmer. Another 1st down for the Cardinals. From the 48, go the Cardinals. Up the middle with it, drags ahead, gets a couple of extra yards as Kyle Wiest had a hold of him. And he dragged him along to the 44-yard line of UDA. So the Cardinals on the march now, down to the UDA 44. It'll be a gain of 8 on the play, 2nd down and 2. Second and 2 from the 44 of UDA. And down to the 40 and maybe the 39. Wiest again on the stop for UDA. Kyle Wiest along with number 58 there is Noel. 1st and 10 now for the Cardinals. Ball at the 40-yard line of UD. To the 35 he goes, drags it ahead to the 31-yard line. Picking up about 9 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and about a yard or so. So all of a sudden, the Cardinal offense getting it going here. The Trojan defense unable to stop the Cardinals. They get it at the 31-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1 from the 30 for the Cards.
Second in the yard. And he's got the yard. He'll pick up the 1st down at the 29-yard line of Upper Dauphin. All right, again, it'll be Noel in there. And let's see, who else is that? 70 coming up with a stop. Okay, they did not make the first down, which I said they did last time. Now they made it on a third and very short. Now it's a first down for the Cardinals for sure, and the ball spotted at the 27-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Pine Grove.
27 for the Cards.
First and 10 from the 27 for Pine Grove. Pine Grove looking to take the lead again if they can here. Pitch back over this way. 24 with it. Around the side, he comes to the 25 to the 20, and then knocked out of bounds at about the 18-yard line, 17-yard line, something like that.
Number
33, Tweetti making the stop on him. Ball will be spotted at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9 on the play. It's 2nd and 1. So this game has gone back and forth. Two teams pretty evenly matched here tonight, and you can tell by the score and by the play here now. All tied up at 21. 2nd down and a yard for Pine Grove. And that's 23, busting it over the middle, all the way down, and he get in? Yeah, he breaks it in for a touchdown, a flag on the play. Flag on the play, however, and one of the Trojans may have been tackled back there in the backfield. We'll see. He goes in for a touchdown, but I'm not sure. I think this might be coming. Nope, it's going to be against the Trojans. It would have been a face mask, and the touchdown stands. So it is now 27-21. And the Cardinals will go for the extra point try. Good run that time by that young Cardinal, battling his way across the middle and all the way into the end zone. So you give him credit for that. Snap is down, the kick is up, kick is good. So with 4:17 remaining here in the third quarter, it's now the Cardinals 28, the Trojans 21. Trojans will get the ball back here in just a sec. Minnick and Markle back to receive the kick, and here it comes. It's going to go down and be taken at the 20-yard line by Markle. And he'll dive ahead here to the 35-yard line. There, Austin will give it up. And the Trojans will take over right there at the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 for UD. Now let's see, the Trojans, last time they had the ball, marched right down the field, got 7. And they need to do that again here, now trailing by 7, 28-21. 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Very interesting ball game. Trojans will go over center now. Buffington over center on this 1st and 10. Fakes it, looks to throw. Fires one down the side. It is complete to Clark. And Joe makes the catch for about 7 or 8 yards. Looks like 8. So Clark with a good reception over there. It's the 2nd down and long 1. So the Trojans looking for a 1st down on this play. It's 2nd and 1. Ball will be at the Trojan 44-yard line. And it's going to be Minnick. Minnick over the left side to the 50, the 45, and going to have a flag on the play, and the Trojans might be called for holding on this one. We shall see. It's generally where a holding occurs, and they're going to talk to Pine Grove. So obviously this is against the Trojans and probably a hold. I say a good gain on the play, but holding will nullify it and set the Trojans back 10 back to the 34-yard line, or make it a 33-yard line, okay, where it'll be 2nd and 12. Well, let's see if the Trojans can pick those up now on a 2nd down 12 from their own 33. Buffington will throw it, dumps it over the middle, but it is, let's see. Intercepted. Yeah, 71 here. Picked that one off as Buffington's pass went right here and hit this kid. And could have been possibly deflected, I'm not sure. But at any rate, the Cardinals with a big break now as they have the football on the Trojan 35-yard line. 1st and 10 Pine Grove. So the Trojan defense has really got to hold them now. You don't want to go back by 2. And let's see what happens here now on a 1st and 10 for Pine Grove. So first big turnover of the night for UD. Quarterback looks to throw. He's firing down the middle. It is going to be incomplete. Good defensive play made that time by number 9, Minnick. Stephen knocking it down right at the last second there. And a great defensive play by Stephen Minnick. Be 2nd down and 10. 2nd and 10 now for the Cardinals. They're going to fire one over this way to the 35, the 30, and ridden out of bounds he goes as Joe Clark rides him out down here at the 25-yard line, somewhere in there. We'll see where they put it. They'll put it right on the 25-yard line, where it'll be a 1st down for the Cardinals. So he rode him out of bounds right as he had made the 1st down marker. So 1st and 10 now on the Trojan 25. 2 minutes, 53 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Cardinals threatening again now at the UDA 25-yard line. Up the middle he goes to the 24 or 3. Gain of maybe 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8 now for the Cardinals. Pitches over there for that 25 guy. He'll stop and try to head upfield with it. He is going to be stopped and knocked back after a slight gain on the play. Not too much on that one. They'll give him the forward progress to the 22-yard line. Picking up about 2 yards on the play. Bring up a 3rd down and, well, he picked up a yard on the play. The 3rd down and 7. 3rd and 7 for the Cardinals. Minute 50 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Ball at the UDA 23-yard line. QB to throw. Fires one over this way. Incomplete. High over the head of number 88. They'll bring up a 4th down now. So the Trojans, see if we can hold them. Here's where the Trojans got stung the last time when they had a big 4th down play and they scored a touchdown off of it. So let's see if we can't hold them here now and get the ball back. 4th down and 7. You see the marker here. 4th and 7. So big play for the Cardinals. Big play for UD defense. On a 4th and 7. Quarterback rolling left, looking. He gets missed by one guy. Fires one down this way. It is incomplete. Good defense in there by Wade Whitmer, and the Trojans will take over now at the 22-yard line or something like that, 23-yard line, somewhere down that way, and the UD will take over. So the Trojans have held the Cardinals here. And it'll be 1st and 10 Upper Dauphin. 1st and 10 on the 22-yard line of Upper Dauphin. Let's see if the Trojans can get her going again here now. They turned it over last time with the interception from Buffington. Looking to throw it again. Rolls over this way. Fires one down the field. It is incomplete. Intended for Wade Whitmer, I believe, but goes as an incompletion. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. I beg your pardon. It is Matt Loesch quarterbacking the Trojans that time. Matt Loesch in the ball game. At quarterback for UDA. Loesch scrambling around to the side over there. He's going to pick it up and run down the field himself. And Matt's got some good running room all the way out to the 42-yard line.
Number 11, Lowe's on the carry.
They'll spot it at the 40, but a good first down by Matt Loesch. Matt, big guy. And he rambled around the left side that time, and he should be pretty hard to stop out there. Matt's a big kid. And the Trojans bring it out to the 40-yard line now, where it's 1st and 10, UD. 1:10 left here. Stop the clock with Loesch going out of bounds that time. So on a 1st and 10, they'll try it from the shotgun this time, will Matt. He gets a good snap. He's looking to throw. Fires one downfield. Got a man out here. It's Wiest, and it's going to be incomplete. Threw it maybe a little high for Wiest, but goes an incompletion and bring up a 2nd and 10.
No idea. Nothing I know of.
Okay, a 2nd and 10 now for UD from the 40-yard line of Upper Dauphin. 1:03 remaining in the 3rd. Loesch goes over the center this time. Whoa, wait a minute. Something happened to that one, and Matt ended up with a football, and he didn't want to. So it'll be 3rd down and 10. Somehow or another, Matt turned around that time, and the back who was supposed to get it wasn't there. So it'll be 3rd and 10. Eddie checking into the ball game. He'll replace Minnick for UD on this 3rd and 10. Whitmer and Wiest flanking out on the near side over here. Loesch dropping back, looking to throw. Fires one down the left side over there, and it's going to be picked off by number 24, and then he's tackled out here as number 84, Bryce Harmon, comes up and makes a stop on him, but it's picked off by the Cardinals. So the Cardinals will go to work with the football now with 10 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. They'll have it on the Cardinal 42-yard line. 1st and 10, Pine Grove. Oh, gee whiz. Here comes 25 with it, and he's going to be thrown out of bounds over here. It's Minnick. Will slam him into the bench over here for UD. And let's see. It's a gain of 9 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and a yard. 2nd and 1. From the UD 49. Oh, got a couple guys in motion, I would say. And that's going to set them back 5. That make it a 2nd down and 6. Ball goes back to the Cardinal 46-yard line now, where it'll be 2nd down and 6 for Pine Grove with 5 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Pine Grove currently traveling north, and they'll be switching it here in 5 seconds. 2nd and 6. Playing right out in front of us. QB wants to throw in his 2nd and 6. Fires one down the side over there. It's going to be incomplete. The defender had fallen down over there, and that's going to do it as the quarter comes to an end. So as we head into the 4th and final quarter here at Pine Grove, the score is Pine Grove 28, UDA 21. Okay, 3rd and 6 now. The Pine Grove heading south here at the ballpark. 3rd and 6 from the 46. QB wants to throw. Fires one downfield, and it is incomplete. Just off the hands of number 44, or 84, 24. All right. And incomplete. So the Cardinals presumably will be punting the ball away. And the Trojans should get some good field position out of this, one would think. Trojans are dropping no one back to receive this. Well, now Minnick's going to go back. Minnick will go back along with Markle to receive this punt. Good snap. Whoa, a nice high punt. Taken down here at the 13-yard line. To the 15, up to the 20, goes into the 22 perhaps, and that's where it'll be put in play by UDA. So the Trojans, with 11:43 remaining here in the ball game, have the ball now, 1st and 10 on their own 22-yard line. Matt Loesch remains in at quarterback for Upper Dauphin now as they put the ball in play. Loesch will hand, no, he still has it, I guess. Up the middle he goes with it. Matt all the way out to the 33-yard line. Heck of a run by Loesch that time on the keeper. And that is close to the first down. If it isn't, we'll see. Darn close. It looks like a first down from here. It is. First down for Loesch out at the 33-yard line of the Trojans. 1st and 10 UD. Okay, first down UDA from the 33-yard line of Upper Dauphin. O'Shannon, up the middle they go with it with a rush. Let's see, breaks away. Coming down the left side comes Minnick. Minnick to the 50, to the 45. Down to the 50, the 20, the 15, the 10, down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Stephen Minnick with a big run for UDA has the Trojans 1st and goal on about the 7 or 8-yard line. Okay, well, hey, no flags on the play. All right, 1st and goal from the 7. A great run by Stephen Minnick that time. Getting the Trojans a 1st and goal. Minnick will line up as the running back behind Tuietti, who is lined up behind Matt Loesch. Loesch hands this one off to Eddie. Eddie will dive to the 5. And it'll be 2nd and goal from the 5. The Trojans now with an opportunity to tie this ball game up again, or in fact take the lead. Well, let's see what happens. The ball will be spotted at the 5-yard line of the Cardinals. 2nd and goal from the 5. Eddie limping a little bit out there now as he gets set to line up for this 2nd and 5 play. It's going to be Minnick. Minnick will try to turn it. He can't. Out at the 8-yard line. He gets tackled. It'll be 3rd and goal. This time back from the 8-yard line. Loss on the play. Back to almost the 9-yard line. The 8. Okay, they'll put it at the 8. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 8. Wade Whitmer will bring the play in for UD. 3rd and goal. Eddie and Minnick in the backfield behind Matt Loesch, the QB. He's going to throw it. Fires one over that way. It is complete. Or no, incomplete. Nope. Busted up out there by one of the Cardinals who intended for Wade Whitmer. So it's 4th and goal now. So the Trojans want to try to poke this one in here now. Last shot at it, 4th down, coming up here for UD. 4th and goal. They'll split them out on both sides. Line up in the eye in the backfield. Loesch looking to throw. Fires a little screen right over here to Minnick. Can Minnick turn it upfield? No, he cannot. No. Number 25 comes up and puts a big hit on Stephen Minnick. And Stephen shaken up a little bit on the play also, as he was really hit hard that time was Stephen. And the ball will go over here to the Cardinals at the Trojan, let's see, about the 8-yard line. No big stop that time by 2-5 of the Cardinals. Well, the Cardinals have held the Trojans and have held on to that 7-point lead with 9.5 minutes remaining here in the ball game. 1st and 10 Cardinals. Oh. And this one will drive it out to maybe the 12. Picking up nearly 3 on the play. There was 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7. Ball's at the Cardinal 11-yard line. 2nd down and 7 for the Cards. Trojans got to hold them back here now. Come on, get that ball back. Quarterback's going to run with it, and he's going to get tackled and thrown down at about the 7 or 8-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. One of the first times tonight that the Trojans were able to get in there and get a hold of that QB. They lost a yard on it. It'll be 3rd down and 8, a long 8. But you see it here. So third down. Now, good defensive play that time by UDA. 8:15 left here, and the clock moving on down. The clock will become a factor here in the ball game, playing in the fourth quarter. Trojans trailing by 7. Cardinals with the football. Big third down play here coming up. And got a man out here as a receiver. Oh, almost picked off by Wade Whitmer. Oh, Wade blocks it up, knocked it down, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. So the Cardinals will definitely be giving the Trojans the football back, and hopefully the Trojans will have good field position out of this, as the Cardinal will be punting from almost in his own end zone when he gets this one out of there. So they'll send Twee Eddy back along with Markle to receive this kick. He'll be kicking from about 1 or 3 yards deep in the end zone. Good snap. There's a kick. Nice, high, spiraling kick. Going to be taken here at the 46-yard line by Markle. Picks it up at the 50. Markle spotting at the 50, the 45, and then he's going to slide down at the 45-yard line. And that's where the Trojans will put it in play. On the Cardinal 45-yard line, 46-yard line, something like that. Make it the 46. First and 10, UD. 7:49 actually remaining here in the ball game. So the Trojans have got to score in this possession if we can. Loesch remains as the quarterback for UDA. In the backfield is Eddy and Minnick. Loesch hands this one off. Minnick with it to the 45, to the 40, breaks it out to the 37-yard line. A nice run by Stephen Minnick that time. A gain of about 7 or 8 on the play. In fact, he picked up just about 9. It'll be second down, a long 1. Second and a long 1 now. And timeout now as number 61, a little bit shaken up for UD. Official timeout. Drew may shake it up a little bit on that last play, but I think Drew's going to be okay, as Noel will check into the ball game. Noel to take Mason's place. I think he'll be back. Drew will be back. It is a second down and about 1 yard now. The ball at the 36-yard line of the Cardinals. From the eye go the Trojans. Loesch hands this one off to Eddy. Eddy's got the first down at the 35-yard line. It's enough for the first down. His forward progress will get him the first down. And it'll be first and 10 UDA at the Cardinal 35-yard line. Come on, ref, what do you think? Third and short. Yeah, I guess it is. Oh, that's twice. I don't know what kind of a spot that was, but it's third and inches. Third and inches for the first down. And I thought he had more yardage out of that than what they gave him, but nevertheless, he didn't have a lot, but it seemed like a little more than that. Okay, third and short. Loesch will rush it ahead for the first down as he gets it inside the 35 to the 34-yard line, where the Trojans will have it first and 10, 6:16 remaining. So this could be one of these barn burner finishes on a great evening of football out here at Pine Grove. Very, very interesting football game here tonight, played by both of these squads. So the ball's at the 34-yard line of the Cardinals, first and 10. Minnick returns to the lineup now for UD, or is in the lineup, I should say, behind Eddy. And here's Loesch with the football. Handoff is to Minnick, and Minnick spins ahead for 1 yard or so. Not too much on that. Down to the 33-yard line he goes, picking up about 2. And it'll be second down and 8.
On the play. Second down and 8.
Second and 8 now. 5.5 minutes left. We're inside of 5.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Second down and 8 for the Trojans. And they're going to fake it. Comes around this side, and look out. He's going to be thrown down as Matt Loesch, as number 10 or 16 comes in there, whatever it does, and or 10 comes in there for Pine Grove. Makes a big defensive play for the Cardinals, throwing Loesch all the way back to the 42-yard line. A big loss on the play will bring up a third down, about 18. So Trojans didn't want that one. Now we got to get this one back if we can this time. 4 minutes, 44 seconds remaining, and the clock continues to count down here at Pine Grove. Cardinals on top, 28-21, and the Trojans with a big third down play here will stay back. Loesch wants to throw. He's looking. Fires one over the middle. It is incomplete. Intended for Justin Wiest. And Justin couldn't hang on to that one over the middle. And it will be a fourth down coming up here. So the Trojans will be forced to punt this one away as Jeffries will come in to punt this ball. The line drive kick coming all the way down here, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the 4 or 5 yard line, something like that. We'll see where they spot it. Excellent kick that time by Jeffries, who kicked it out of bounds at the 6 yard line. So the Cardinals with the football, 4:14 left here in the ball game. 4:14 remaining. Cardinals with the football on their own 6 yard line. QB a handoff coming up this way. They come and go all the way out to the 12 or 13 yard line.
On the carry.
Picking up about 8 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 2. 2nd and 2. And 2 from the 14 yard line. The clock, 4 minutes to play, and the clock moving on down. Inside of 4 minutes now left in the ball game. This time he runs it over the side over there and gets all the way out here to the 20-21 yard line. Another first down, or a first down I should say, for the Cardinals. The 3:47 left in the ball game. And the clock will be put in motion. Kyle Wiest will check out of the ball game. Finally figured out who number 6 was here. Anyway, he'll check out as it's a 1st and 10 now. Trojans need a fumble pickup or something, somehow or another, to get them way back, because they'll take their time now. 3:25 left as the quarterback will count it down long. Here's a fella going up the middle with it, and he's going to be thrown down as a good tackle made out there by UDA's number 33, is it? Twietti making the stop for the Trojans. Picked up 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Clock down to 3 minutes and 5 seconds, and moving on now. We'll be inside of 3 minutes here before the Cardinals get this play off. Matter of fact, we're inside of 3 minutes right now. So, see what happens here. Here, watching the clock counting down. Now, here they almost had a shot at him, and then they finally do wrap him up here. It'll be a loss and timeout called by Trojans, I guess. Timeout, UDA. With 2 minutes and 33 seconds remaining here, the Cardinals looking at a 3rd and 7. Okay, big play for the Trojans here. 3rd down, 6. Can't let the Cards get a first down here now. Got to stop them on this play. Long count. They'll dump one over there, screen. Well, let's see. Is he going to be able to get the first down? Yeah, I think, barely. Wow. Very, very close, but it will be enough for the first down, I believe. It is first down. Yep, that was a big one right there. They held him to within a foot of the first down marker, but it was a first down, and so the clock moves on down now, 2:20 and so forth remaining here. That was a tough one right there. The Trojans almost stopped them. Cardinals on their own 34 yard line now, 1st and 10. Over the side he goes with it, but he's tackled almost immediately there as Matt Loesch got the hand on him, and timeout called by the Trojans. Gain of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Clock down to minute 55 left here in the ball game. Timeout is over. The ball on the 35-yard line of Pine Grove. 2nd down and 8. And here comes that 23 to the 40. And out of bounds he goes. He's pushed out over there by Minnick. And that's going to be maybe another 1st down. It'll be awfully doggone close. It is a 1st down where they have it spotted now. And that one there might have really put the crimp on the Trojans. Mike is looking at it. He said it's a 1st down, and it is. And so we've got a minute 49, and I think the Trojans may have 1 timeout remaining. So I see Mace back in the ballgame now, 61 out here, so that's good. He's back in there for UD. Drew is back. So it's 1st and 10 now. So the Cardinals pretty much in the driver's seat if they can hang on to the football for the next minute and 49 seconds. Up the middle with it they go, and he's tripped up pretty nicely. And there, Loesch again got a first hand on him. And the Trojans will spend their, I think, final timeout. We'll see. It's at the 48-yard line of the Pine Grove Cardinals, and we've got a minute 42 remaining in the ball game. Okay, the Cardinals will put it back in play now. 2nd and 6 from the 48-yard line of Pine Grove. The middle he goes with it, and he's got more than 6. As he at the 40, gets a block at the 30, down to the, well, where's he going to run him? All the way down to the 12-yard line. Wow, one heck of a run that time by the Pine Grove Cardinal fella. Running over some of the Trojans, and just Trojans unable to stop them. So that'll do it, as we've got a minute and a half remaining, and it would take a miracle right now for the Trojans to get that ball back. Clock put in play, but Cardinals smart enough to take all the time that they can to call the play. Even when they get to the line of scrimmage, he will milk that clock all the way down as low as he can. The ball is on the 12-yard line of UDA, where it is 1st and 10 Pine Grove. He hands it off to 33, and he's tackled immediately, but the Trojans cannot stop the clock anymore, so they'll just take their time getting up and whatever. Inside a minute, 55 seconds remaining. The ball at the 13-yard line of UD. And Pine Grove set to pick up their 4th, I guess it is, league win. 35 seconds left. Quarterback watching the clock. He knows how much time he's got. And he'll hand this one off to that 23 guy, who drives it to the 10 with 22 seconds. So that probably will do it now, as the Pine Grove Cardinals will not have to run another play. And here on this homecoming night, they have played one heck of a ball game against our Trojans, and our Trojans have played one heck of a ball game against the Cardinals. The final score here tonight is going to be Pine Grove 28 and the UDA Trojans 21. But boy, I'll tell you, it has been a very, very interesting ball game for the fans as well as the ball players. I'm sure the Trojans are disappointed, but by gosh, they really did come out and play one heck of a nice ball game here tonight. Both of them, both teams, and the Cardinals coming away. The Cardinals have vastly improved ball club this year, and they pick up the victory, and it wasn't easy, but by gosh, the Trojans hung in there tough with them, and the ball game seesawed back and forth, and the Pine Grove Cardinals coming away with a 7-point victory now, 28-21. So congratulate Pine Grove and the Pine Grove coaching staff for a heck of a ball game, and the Trojans, nothing to be too disappointed about at this one. Of course, you always like to win, but by gosh, they played their hearts out here tonight and just about did it against these Pine Grove Cardinals. So the Trojans will go to, well, I don't know, but anyway, the Cardinals improve, I think, to 4 and 2 in league play now. So we'll say goodnight from Pine Grove, and the Trojans just improving and getting better and better every week, but just not quite enough tonight to overcome these Cardinals here in Pine Grove. So catch you later.